Like all of our gymnasts, Malcolm has heard the following mission statement a million times from his recruiting process all the way through our team meetings this year. The medium of gymnastics at William & Mary will be used to empower you toward a lifetime of learning, making good choices, growing as a person, while encouraging you to strive for excellence in all aspects of your life, including academics, community service, and athletics, service to others. Academics, athletics, service to others. Those are kind of the big three that we point to at this program, and Malcolm has lived this mission. And I want to share a little bit about that because Malcolm is a humble guy. He doesn't tell me I've learned that I have to come and ask him, what crazy internship are you doing now, or community service, or how are you helping others? So I'm getting it out of him, and I want to share it with you because I'm pretty sure you all don't know. In the gym, Malcolm's consistent gymnastics has made him a regular in both the floor and vault lineups. Floor and pommel horse. You saw both of those today, 2 hits, nice routines. Thank you, Malcolm. He's earned 2 trips to NCAA championships on both those events. So a great gymnast pursuing excellence in athletics. Academically, Malcolm has won all of the awards. The Provost Award for cumulative GPA above a 3.5, well above, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Academic All Honors, USA Gymnastics Scholar Athlete Awards, ECAC Awards. Oh, and Malcolm has done all of this while beginning an accelerated master's program in public policy while he wraps up his undergraduate degrees, 2 of them, in public policy and psychology. Yeah. Last summer, Malcolm was named William & Mary Global Research Institute Summer Fellow, giving him the opportunity to do research on migration aspirations and climate change issues in Guatemala. And so while academics are clearly a big one for Malcolm, that last one kind of bridges the gap to what I'd say is the biggest of the big 3 for Malcolm, service to others. To give you a taste, Malcolm has volunteered with Done Waiting, a social advocacy group, as a TikTok recruitment manager and phone banker. He's mobilized BIPOC voters in Virginia with the Center for Common Ground. Malcolm worked with the Center for Applied Psychology and Forensic Studies to restructure the organization and even help in the filing process for an offshoot nonprofit called The Way Forward. He's also is a research and advocacy fellow with the Exodus Project, working on a white paper and policy recommendations for Washington, D.C. to address the needs of Ukrainian refugees from the LGBTQ community. So he's involved in everything, which is amazing considering the academic and the athletic load that he carries. So you can see why we're proud and why the university is proud of Malcolm and what he has done with his time and opportunity here at William & Mary. He has not just lived the big 3, taking advantage of the experiential education of gymnastics and research, community involvement, but he shared about the experiences too. Earlier this year at homecoming, the university wanted 1 student athlete of the 500 to come out and represent the program in front of all of the major donors for the university at a major luncheon. They picked Malcolm. And he did a fantastic job talking about experiential education at William & Mary and his involvement in the community, the way he's learned by going to Guatemala, and the experiential education that is William & Mary Gymnastics. So thank you for representing us well there. You can see that Malcolm is not just gifted, but has a big heart too. He wants to use those gifts to improve the lives of others. And right now he's thinking that may be in advocacy or consulting, doing research with a nonprofit, or even directing an advocacy organization someday. He's even considering following his master's in public policy with a law degree so that he can better address his interest in criminal justice reform. So Malcolm, thank you so much for being a part of the tribe. I can't wait to watch the ways that you change the world and you change people's lives. Thank you, sir. Give me a big hug, man. Thank you. A 1975 Glenn Wilsey, who was here this weekend, I don't know if he's up on the stage, he's around, presented his teammate Martin Rich with the very first Rock Award. It is the award given to the hardest working gymnast who's overcome significant obstacles, or to the gymnast who can always be counted on when the going gets tough. It's passed from one rock to the next and is the most prestigious award that we have on the team. I'm sure it's obvious by now that Aiden has received this award. And while that puts him in an exclusive club already, Aiden won it as a freshman. His very first year, Aiden already scored the most points for the team on high bar, doing his smart, consistent gymnastics. Impressive. But every year since then, the last 3 years in a row, he has scored the most points overall for the team. Along the way, he's collected 2 USAG All-American honors, 5 All-Conference ECAC honors, and Aiden ranks 9th in the all-around in our all-time William & Mary records. He is also a leader. Aiden is serving as his 2nd year as team captain. He has always led by example. Remember that hardest working gymnast part of the award. Aiden has been a workhorse of the team, putting in turn after turn, always with intention and ever higher expectations. You should see, bear with me. You should see at practice the way he takes meticulous notes about every turn, setting goals, and keeping track of everything, all in these electronic records he's got. I'll have to get access though someday. But it has been great fun to see Aiden speak up a little more each year. He has always been that leader, leading by example, but to see him lead more and more with his voice and his experience as well. Freshman rock winning Aiden would do a routine, stick his dismount, and do this. That is not what you saw today. Now we get the celebrations that we saw, bringing the energy back to his teammates. Now I see Aiden huddling up with the team for a pep talk in the middle of a meet. I see Aiden mentoring younger teammates, consulting with other leaders. He doesn't just show the team how it's done or where he thinks we could go, but he holds himself and the team accountable, and he brings the team to new heights. Yeah, Aiden. Last but not least, Aiden is a scholar. Majoring in mathematics, he's a 3-time Provost Award winner, so that 3.5 and above GPA, well above again. As well as academic All-American, USAG Scholar Athlete, ECAC All-Academic Team, and Aiden is not done yet. He has applied to William & Mary's master's program in computational operations research, which I've had to ask him about 10 times because I keep mixing up the words and I don't know what they mean. But fantastic. Thank you, Aiden, for being a part of the tribe. Thank you for all you've done athletically, academically, and leading the team. Yeah, man. Congrats. Connor's the other big leader on the team, also serving his 2nd year as team captain. And I want to say from the outset just how proud I am of Connor. Connor's journey at William & Mary has not been what he or anyone else expected. He has faced one obstacle after another, including several that nobody could have imagined. And with every bit of adversity, Connor has innovated, he has adapted and overcome without ever losing focus of what is best for the team. Connor jumped right in his freshman year and was showing off his great skill on high bar. We actually got all set up for this meet. We were hosting Penn State for our senior meet in March, and then boom, 2020, the whole country shut down because of COVID and the season was over. So we never got to compete on that equipment. So what do you do with that kind of disappointment? You can't train, so you innovate. Connor and a few of our now alumni, Zane Petrus and Jordan Kula, are hanging out up there, created the Fantasy Gymnastics League, myfgl.com if you want to check it out, where you can have a fantasy men's gymnastics team and play in a league just like fantasy football or other sports. That is pretty cool. So then Connor comes back for his sophomore year, and we're living under all the COVID restrictions. Plus the team gets cut at the beginning of the year. So we're dealing with all of that, and Connor develops some injuries that restrict him from training further. So what do you choose to do? Connor figures out what the team needs, innovates, and adapts. We can't travel and compete like normal. It's COVID. So he figures out how to help run all of our virtual meets that literally save the season and get the team to NCAA championships. This was such a weird year, our first travel meet was to ECAC conference championships. Everything else prior to that was at home or online, and Connor was a huge part of making that possible. And as if that's not enough, Connor's teammates, Zane Petrus, decided it's time to build out the infrastructure for William and Mary's gymnastics camp. We've always wanted to have one, so they built all the infrastructure and run the very first kind of test version of it that summer. That summer, still under COVID restrictions, there were 8 local kids there. The next, Connor's still the director, we had 26 of the top gymnasts in the country. This year we're on track to have about 50 gymnasts coming to the William & Mary camp. So what a legacy. His junior year, Connor returns for the most normal year yet. He overcame his injury to get back on high bar and qualified to NCAAs, representing the team really well. Unfortunately, it was not his last obstacle. I'm sharing with his permission that Connor has cystic fibrosis, which impacts his breathing and endurance. And it really started to have an impact on his gymnastics throughout much of this year. But again, Connor chose the high road. He not only acknowledged it, he took the initiative to contact the National Patient Advocacy Group for Cystic Fibrosis, Boomer Esiason Foundation. As a result, he not only set up an NIL deal with them to get support and raise awareness for cystic fibrosis. It was such a great idea, they've replicated it, and they now have a national campaign with athletes all over the country. So you can see why I'm proud, but all of that's not even the best part. Not once has Connor asked for any special treatment, for any favors, for anything less than whatever is best for the team. He's appreciated everything he's gotten and everything he's earned. And when it would be so easy to dwell on the setbacks and the challenges, and that is just what a true champion looks like. Connor's a computer science major with, very appropriately, a minor in innovation and entrepreneurship. He's done multiple internships with IBM in quantum computing and is talking to IBM and other companies about full stack positions or web development. So, Mr. Connor, I can't wait to see the ways that you change the world, that you innovate, you adapt, you overcome. Thank you for being a part of the tribe, man.
Thanks, Mike.
Yeah, man. Earlier this year, the team went out to Oklahoma for a meet against them in Stanford, and it was kind of a big deal, East versus West, number 1 Stanford, number 2 Oklahoma. We're driving in, there's a billboard about the meet, it's on ESPN, and Inside Gymnastics wants to talk to me. They're a pretty big publication in the gymnastics world, and they say, hey, can we talk to you about the team and where you've been and where it's all going, and if you want to bring along a student athlete, you to join if you want, that's great. I'm like, that's great. We can get an article out there about the team, get my name out there. You know, everybody's trying to build their brands these days. So I invite Christian Marsh, and we sit down with them for an hour or so and have a great meet, and then we head on home. And then the article comes out. To this day, and this is true, if you go to Inside Gymnastics and you search for Michael Powell, that's me, the article that pops up is entitled, "The Multi-Talented Christian Marsh." It's the last time I bring him for a media interview. It has a big picture of Christian with 5 conference medals around his neck, and the caption reads, "The viral TikTok sensation, NCAA gymnast and law student who helped save the team." Yeah. I'm just kidding, of course. I mean, that is all true. But Inside Gymnastics also wrote a great article about the team, and Christian has represented himself and the team incredibly well, even under difficult circumstances, countless times. And Christian, I'm absolutely honored to have my name associated with yours, so I'll ride your coattails. Christian is truly a great gymnast. He's a finalist for the Nissen Emery Award this year, the most prestigious national award in the sport. He's an NCAA finalist on both rings and parallel bars, and Christian ranks 5th in William & Mary's all-time records on rings. He's working on his 4th year in a row as our top point scorer on rings and pommel horse. He's the ECAC ring champion, one of 7 all-ECAC conference honors. If you haven't seen that video, you should find it somewhere. He's a 3-time USAG Collegiate All-American, and he's also multi-talented. He's been a finalist for William & Mary Student Literary Awards for both screenplays and poetry. He's written a novel. He's served as team captain and secretary of the Student Athlete Advisory Council. His TikTok posts are up to 20 million views, something like that. Somewhere up there. And he earned the Cipher Award given to graduating seniors at William & Mary who exemplify the core values of the university. Oh, and having been a USAG Scholar Athlete, Academic All-American, he's now in law school. Christian is still exploring the legal field. He's interested in copyright law and how it intersects with the entertainment industry. He's done some work with immigration law, and he's expressed interest in becoming a judge someday. Christian, your track record speaks for itself, but thank you for everything you've done. Thank you for being part of the tribe, and thank you for letting me ride your coattails. Appreciate it, man.